Hello again. It's been a while since we've talked about Joseph. 2 whole weeks to be specific. So let's do a super quick review. Joseph was the second youngest of 12 brothers, all the sons of Jacob. He was given a super fancy coat by Jacob because he was daddy's favorite. But the other brothers didn't like that. Once he started explaining his dreams about how he was super awesome, the brothers really hated him and tossed him into a well and sold him into slavery. The slave traders took him to Egypt, where he was sold to a man named Potiphar. Joseph prospered in Potiphar's house because he was blessed by God. Now, Potiphar's wife tried to get a little friendly with Joseph, so he ran away. She claimed Joseph had attacked her and BAM! He got thrown in prison. And that's where we are today. Alright, was that under a minute? Early history of Joseph in under a minute. Normally, this is the part I'd transition us to KOFK News.
KOFK News, stories that matter.
No, we're done with that segment. That joke is old. Almost as old as me getting hit with a football every time I say that God passed the promise. Alright, come on, guys. Anyway, we're going to talk about what happens now that Joseph is in prison. There were 2 other people the Bible mentions were in prison with him. A cupbearer and a baker. Now, the baker isn't very important to us right now, but suffice it to say that things did not go his way. Now, to the cupbearer. A cupbearer is a lot like a butler. Now, Joseph interpreted their dreams and told the cupbearer he was going to be set free. And he was. He promised to tell Pharaoh, the ruler of Egypt, about Joseph. But he forgot when he got out. 2 years later, God got ready to pass the promise to Joseph. Pharaoh had a strange dream. Let's check it out. First, he dreamed there were 7 cows hanging out beside the Nile River, grazing. Soon, 7 skinny cows came up alongside them. But instead of eating with them, the skinny cows swallowed the fat cows and didn't get any fatter themselves. The second dream Pharaoh had was 7 heads of grain just hanging out, but 7 thin heads of grain started sprouting up and pop! They swallowed up the healthy heads. Pharaoh was so disturbed that he called his wise men to him and told them the strange dreams that he'd had. They were clueless. But the cupbearer was listening, and he remembered Joseph. He told Pharaoh that Joseph had interpreted his dream while he was in prison, so surely he could interpret Pharaoh's. Pharaoh called for Joseph, and God worked through Joseph to interpret Pharaoh's dream. He told Pharaoh that it meant there would be 7 years of good harvest and 7 years of famine. 7 fat cows and heads of grain and 7 skinny ones. Anyway, Joseph warned Pharaoh that the famine would be awful, so Pharaoh put Joseph in charge of storing up grain. During the next 7 years, Joseph collected grain and put it in the storehouses in preparation for the famine. When the famine hit, everyone around was devastated, even Joseph's homeland of Canaan. Who lived there? Well, guess you're gonna have to find out next week. Bye! Okay, there is a lesson to be learned here. It says in the book of Psalms, "Call on me in times of trouble. I will rescue you, and you will honor me." Remember that God is more powerful. And that goes for every problem you might have. Bullies, homework, even death. But I'm still not going to tell you what happened until next week. Goodbye! Joseph interpreted their dreams and told the cupbearer he was going to set free. He was going to set free.